I received a question from a subscriber in response to my last audioblog on the portal created by the Philadelphia experiment. The individual wondered how portals might relate to the Bermuda Triangle, and indeed it is a good and interesting question. John Todd, also known as John Collins, was a high-level bloodline survivor and escapee turned whistleblower of the Brotherhood. If you don't know who he is, he's worth checking out. He mentioned the Bermuda Triangle once and claimed that it was an occult-owned area, like the pyramids or the North Pole. He also thought that the Bermuda Triangle was one of the, quote, sacred pit openings for the occult.
Over the pyramid, over the gap in the North Pole, places like this. These are sacred pit openings to the occult. Okay?
A sacred pit? To where? And why is it sacred? I'm not sure I can answer these questions. But there are others who have also weighed in on what they believe the Bermuda Triangle is. Dan Duvall of Bride Ministries and Discovering Truth Network did an interview with Robert and Elenia, both survivors of Montauk experiments. Elenia asserted that the Bermuda Triangle area was one that was a stronghold of the Atlanteans. Perhaps that is why the ocean is named the Atlantic Ocean. Michael Sala has been interviewing a man named J.P. about his military expeditions to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean seafloor, where there exist bubble cities, literal cities encased in some kind of protective layer. They allow people to go in and go out, and they look like a city, only they're situated on the floor of the ocean. If this area is a stronghold of the Atlanteans, who were, or perhaps still are, an ancient and highly skilled occultic society, would there be any further evidence of this? Anna Starfire, in her book MK Ultra Dark Labs 1959 to 1975 testimonial report, writes that during one of the experiments she was subjected to by Nazi scientists in Florida as a child involved brain chips and other extensive cranial technology hooked to satellites. During one of the experiments, where she died, they confirmed that her brain waves were being converted to radio waves and were pinging off technology both in outer space and in the Bermuda Triangle area. They later resuscitated her and did further experiments. She believes that when she died, they were trying to, quote, see if they could track my signal when I died to an off-world location, unquote. Wow. What is that technology in the Bermuda Triangle? Could it be maintained by a hidden occult civilization, whether that be Atlanteans or another group? It's an interesting question. Caleb Jade, another survivor and whistleblower who came out of the occult, talks about the Bermuda Triangle as an opening as well, but he describes it as a door that has never been closed, like a door to your home. If you leave it open, insects and critters and fallen leaves and all manner of things can come through freely inside your house. Is the location of the Bermuda Triangle a spiritual gate, a portal, or a stargate, a doorway into another location? Objects like boats and planes that get near it go through or are perhaps sucked through, never to return. Spiritual gates, stargates, and portals are all doorways or windows that can be opened to other dimensions or realms. Heaven, hell, Hades. Whatever term you may wish to call them, they can be accessed through spiritual gates. Is the Bermuda Triangle the location of a large opening to another dimension? Has anything ever returned once it's disappeared into the Bermuda Triangle? I'm not sure. I haven't ever heard of anything returning. So it makes sense that it's to another dimension, as the individual ships and planes that disappear never seem to return to Earth. It could also be a doorway into Earth's inner hollow spaces. Caleb Jade speculates that this gate to another location that resides in the area of the Bermuda Triangle is open, and unlike other stargates or portals, it just doesn't ever shut, and whatever passes it by gets drawn in, never to return. Robert, of the earlier mentioned video with Dan Duvall and Elenia, has asserted that the Bermuda Triangle area was not only an area of convergence of a large number of ley lines, but was also the subject of a time experiment, where occultists attempted to manipulate time and go back in time to the, quote, time era called Atlantis, unquote. There's more to this story of the Bermuda Triangle from the point of view of former occultists, survivors of the occult, and other whistleblowers. And if you want to read it, you can subscribe at veronicaswift.blog. I publish articles regularly that delve into the things that have been hidden from us by the people who rule the world and operate in the kingdom of Satan. I'm also on Locals at veronicaswift.locals.com. Have a Psalm 118:24 kind of day. See you next time.